So we can work out the ways to use this to boost ourselves without losing some of the magic. That's what I'd be looking for. My name's Duncan Young. I'm an industrial designer by training. I spent my time operating mainly on medical devices, looking at inhalers, injectors, surgical equipment. At the start of the year, I set myself the goal of actually deliberately, I need to spend some time in the early part of the year actually playing with ChatGPT and Midjourney a little bit. So I've dipped my toe in that, but I haven't really done a great deal on it.
So the idea here is, what if you could sketch something on Photoshop and then iteratively generate over it until you have a high fidelity concept that actually matches the image you have in your head?
I think that's a helpful tool. And not something we've ever had access to before. But in the same way as when you report writing, you don't want the AI to take away your thought process, because there may be something really important that you could have added as the human being into there. You surprise yourself sometimes when you're drawing out what you thought you wanted to do. You draw something wrong, or the process of drawing something makes you think of something else. And I think it's a much more dynamic process going on inside your head. The idea that you can craft an idea inside your head and then just draw it, and that's the final answer. I don't think that captures some of the creative process. So I want to find those ways in which this can help me to do what I'm doing in my process faster, without the risk of losing the kind of things I talked about, the sort of magic, the creative process in my mind. Could it perhaps give people the confidence that, if you're going to sit and do co-design with me, I'm not putting you under pressure to generate perfect sketches. Here's this AI sketch tool. You just try and get something down on the paper, and then the AI will try to bring that up to the level where we can all understand exactly what it is you were talking about. Am I concerned about it? I'll have concerns. So we've talked about, just a minute ago, we talked about objectively measuring whether this is beneficial or not. So there's a risk there that we don't objectively measure that. We assume it must be better. It's tech, it's modern, it sounds cool, so we should just do it. And if harm is caused to the process by that, and we all end up essentially dumbing down what we're doing because we're doing it faster and we're using tech that we think is helping us be creative, but actually it's not doing that. But I don't want to be the Luddite holding this thing back either. I think actually I'd love to find spaces where this can help to make us faster, more efficient. People were cautious about the use of computers in offices, right, in the 1970s, 80s, whatever. So there's lots of stuff we can do a lot faster now. So we can work out the ways to use this to boost ourselves without losing some of the magic. That's what I'd be looking for. And I think that just takes discussions like this, where we try and work out what are those risks, how do we address them, how do we objectively check that we're not losing something by adopting these new tools, and then we get the best out of them.